Welcome to our daily reflection for this Monday, June 30th. And today we have Jesus saying something that seemed kind of difficult or harsh to somebody who wants to follow him. And then we have Abraham interceding for those of Sodom and Gomorrah to help spare them from judgment. And here we might think that God's being a bit difficult, and the readings might rub us the wrong way, especially with our modern sensibilities and sensitivities. Let's first tackle, Jesus is told by somebody who wants to follow him. He says, first, Lord, I want to follow you, but let me first bury my father. Now, please understand, because Jesus is going to tell him, look, follow me now. Don't bury your father. But you might think, well, wait a minute, did his father die and he wants to go to the funeral? Is Jesus going to be so heartless to not let this man go and bury his father? Isn't burying the dead one of the corporal works of mercy? Of course it is. What's going on? When he says, first let me bury my father, what he means is, my father is older, he hasn't died yet, let me take care of him and attend to him, and then when he dies, then I'll be free to follow you. And Jesus knows that he doesn't have long to live. This man can't afford to wait for his father to, in his old age, to convalesce and then finally die to be free to follow Jesus. If he wants to follow Jesus, he's got to follow him now. And love demands the alacrity of service. And so Jesus is talking about you can't procrastinate serving Christ. If we serve out of love, we won't put it off. And it's so easy to think, well, I'll give X. I will do Y in service. I will help so-and-so. But we put it off. We think, well, I'll eventually get to it. But love is always urgent. And if the greater our love, the greater our sense of timeliness, and the sooner we will act on that love. If our love is, small, if our love is cold, then we'll put off serving God and loving neighbor. And so Jesus is telling us today, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. Love does not suffer delay, right? It has an alacrity to move quickly. And that's what we want. That's what God wants. Now, Abraham intercedes for Sodom and Gomorrah because his nephew Lot is there. Now, if you think about it, you have to remember that there's an outcry that goes out, an outcry of injustice. So there's injustice in these wicked cities, and there's going to be divine judgment. And so people are like, well, this divine judgment is cruel and harsh. Realize that it's the people who are perverse and wicked who are the ones who are perverting justice. And there comes a point where God's mercy is his justice, right? That there's so much injustice done in a place of wickedness that maybe the young people will have no chance to be righteous. They'll only participate in deep perversity. And so God's mercy is his justice. And that is always a dangerous tipping point, and so something we have to be careful of. We also have to realize that only God is a just judge. We can't condemn or judge. God is the true judge. He made all. He knows all. We don't. We did not make others, and we cannot be sufficient judges. Only God can judge with both mercy and justice. We need to leave the judgment to God, but we should be fear and trembling, right? Always. And so that's important. And yet God discloses this to Abraham, and Abraham has a heart of interceding for mercy. And that is what God wants, and that's what we celebrate in the Psalm today, that God is merciful in Psalm 103. And so he wants us to intercede for mercy on others as well as ourselves. So let's do so today. May the Lord bless and keep you.